Hello, and today's version is about to become the best version of ourselves. A lot of people say, well, I'm good as I am. Of course, we're good as we are. Because every day is advancement, and we advance and grow, hopefully, every day. Oh, I know myself. Well, yeah, we do as far as we know, and as far as we meet every day ourselves and see ourselves every day. But what subconscious happens, we adopt pattern and habits. They became such a part of us that we're not even aware of it, but others are. And if we have real friends or people they mean well with us, they will very discreetly but very clearly point out what doesn't serve us anymore so we can better ourselves. So part of becoming the better version of ourselves is to get to know who we really are by our real intentions. Is there wrong intentions? Oh, yes. It might sound boring what I'm saying now, but it is very, very important. Our real intentions is really what comes from inside, what really is behind all of it, not what we think it is. Like we say, we're gonna do good, and we do good, but deep down is there, maybe, hopefully, doesn't this happen when I do good? So there's intention, there's already business. So the helping is not really helping. It's almost becoming a little business deal. You know what I mean? Helping and heart both start with age. And this age, helping and heart, should come hand in hand. And there is also, don't get it wrong, some helping that is a business deal. Yes, when my car breaks down, I drive to the shop. So the repairman helps me. I can drive again. He repairs it. That's a business deal. I need to compensate him for it. When I go to the bakery, I'm hungry. I want a bread. It has to be baked. The ingredients have to be purchased to make the bread. It's a business deal. He makes the bread, I can consume it. But when I talk about the human help, the reaching out, that should be always with the right intentions, just to help out. Why I'm saying that, a lot of we hear lately that the universe is shifting. I believe so too. The energy is shifting. The planets are shifting. Planet Earth is shifting. Different atmosphere, different influence from the planets come to us. What will happen? Some of us will understand that changes are happening and we will go along and change with it. And others will deny it and be a little bit confused. How is I'm feeling today like this and this and this? The other person who knows there are changes going on, changes bigger than we are, they get along. They adapt with it and they stay on top of it. And that is also part of get to know ourselves, our true selves. Are we on top of it? And on top of it means if we promise something, do we do our best to keep it? Our very best? It is sometimes with influence from the outside, and I know that, not possible to keep a promise. I'll just give you a very simple example. I will be there at Saturday at noon and pick you up. My car breaks down. There's an accident on the freeway. I have to wait for an hour, so I come at 1. I will be late. I didn't keep the promise. Or, even worse, somebody calls you to work, you have to work Saturday. So you cannot come at all. This is influence from outside. It has nothing to do with your intentions to keep your word. You were forced by other forces not to be able to keep your word. And that's very important, that we always have the difference. Can I respond in time? Not always, because we work, we drive. Texting and driving costs a ticket, pretty high. So if somebody texts and I cannot answer right away, you cannot answer right away, do it when you can, when you drive into the parking lot of a grocery store or at the post office or wherever you're going. Sorry, I was driving. Okay, we can respond then. Or you're in a business meeting, maybe an hour, 2 hours. That's when we cannot text. But we should be respectful enough to respond. And that is part of get to know who we are too. Are we reliable? Are we willing to be held accountable without using excuses, without finding something we can blame it on if it's not happening? You know, when, for example, when I blame it on the traffic, and the traffic was not really happy, that was blaming because I left late. But if the traffic was a jam, that is not an excuse. But, now come one thing, if I drive to a certain hour and I know the route, and I know at this time the traffic is heavy, and I leave late, no excuse, because I'm aware of it. So we have to be accountable for ourselves to become the best version of ourselves and to grow. If you understand that we cannot control everything, but we can control how we react to it, you understand life a lot more, and yourself a lot more. If you're rigid every time somebody tries to help you out, and you see it as a personal attack or as criticism which is not needed, that's wrong. Without criticism, there is no improvement. But I talk about constructive criticism. I don't talk about criticism, it doesn't make any sense just to criticize. And how we take this criticism and analyze it for ourselves, short analysis, not long, not overthinking. Say, oh, short analysis is, oh, I never thought about that. Let me think about that. You tell yourself that. That is when you take the criticism, how you can improve. And if you want to improve and grow, that already tells us and tells yourself about yourself. Yes, I want to become a better version of myself. There's a few traits we can establish which helps us to become the better version of ourselves. One is some patience. We turned into a really impatient society. We practice more patience, number one. Number two, understand better situations and people. How are we going to understand them better? By listening to understand, not just to respond. So we get to know ourselves too here. So we practice patience, better listening skills. Next thing to improve ourselves is to stay calm. Knowing when we get excited, we make mistakes. Because excitement is stress. Anger, excitement is stress. I don't talk about positive excitement. I talk about the excitement which makes us annoyed, which makes us mad, which makes us angry. It doesn't get us anywhere. Anger brings you down, weighs you down. So staying calm and kind, should be part of you. And it is all how you get to know yourself. How long can I stay calm? How long can I stay patient? How can I improve that? I can help you with all of that. But it is all part of you. And how to improve and grow yourself, wait for part 2 of Get to Know Yourself.